Now I'm down in Tribeca, right next to the Narrow, but I'll be hood forever. I'm the new Sinatra, and since I made it here, I can make it anywhere. Yeah, they love me everywhere. I used to cop in Harlem, all of my Dominicanos right there up on Broadway. Pulled me back to that McDonald's, took it to my staff.
I managed to grab 2 A.I.M agents from TRU today. So today was really my lucky day. Anyways, enough about my toy hunt. Let's talk about the figure. So I have 2 A.I.M agents here, very dope figures. You know, between the Hydras and the A.I.M, I definitely prefer the A.I.M agents. The color, the sculpt, the articulation, the details. I don't know, I just like the A.I.M figures much more. So here I just did a simple display. So I have, you know, because the A.I.M agents are mainly scientists, so I have them mucking around with some test tubes and chemicals and stuff, and the microscope as well, and then I have M.O.D.O.K kind of supervising them. So very dope. Definitely my favorite figures of the wave. I know the guys have feedback about the crazy amount of pictures of this wave, but I'm so sorry, you know, I had no choice. I really wanted to do a picture with these A.I.M agents, so I'm very happy to get these figures. So today was pretty good. Good how. So what happened was I received this Jay Garrick flash from a buddy of mine, and then on top of that, my friend Avis headed down to TRU and got me 4 more A.I.M soldiers. So very good how, very good fruitful day. So anyways, I'm putting on hold the A.I.M soldier picks, so I'm going to do a JSA pick instead. So here I have the 3 members of the JSA. I have Jay Garrick, the Flash, I have Wildcat, and I have Sandman. So very dope figures. You know, this Flash figure is new, so he has the shiny helmet, the Flash detailing, and the boots are sculpted boots, which is a new design. Wildcat I've featured before, and Sandman, I can't remember if I did a picture, but a pretty nice suited figure with the mask and the fedora and the works. So you know the thing about DCUC figures, they picture very well, very colorful, which is something very drastic and different from MLs. So pretty dope. I'm going to take a bunch of pics and then check out and see which pictures come out the best. Here I wanted to capture the mood of a young Bruce Wayne visiting his parents' graves. So here Alfred is kind of comforting him, accompanying him. So yeah, I think it's pretty dope. You know, I finally got a chance to use the cross props from the Daredevil figure, and this is from the Spawn. So yeah, just something fun that I wanted to put together, and I've been kind of wanting to do this for a while, so I'm glad that I did it. What you saw earlier was, you know, a picture of my hand. So actually what happened was, yesterday I was heading to CSE. I knew the bus was coming, so I made a dash for it.
and I kind of stumbled, and I ended up cutting my hand, scraping my hand actually. But I was quite lucky. Only that hand was scraped. I landed on two hands, both palms. The other palm was relatively, undamaged. Very, very, very minor scratches. And then my ankle had a minor scratch on it as well. So I kind of got away with the fall. Anyways, so I'm kind of digressing. So because of the injury to my hand, I'm taking a short break from A.C.B.A. Indefinitely. But that's not stopping me from, even though I can't display, that doesn't stop me from talking about A.C.B.A. So I decided to do something quite unique to M.A.T.O. I'm going to feature an artist. So the picture you see here is by Jeremy Lee. So Jeremy Lee is one of the bros from the A.C.B.A. group. Most of you may already have known him, noticed his pictures, maybe even talked to him, but this is probably the first time I'm talking about Jeremy in M.A.T.O. So anyways, enough about that. So the picture you see in front of you is actually the Ultraman figure. I believe it's called the Ultraman Gaia figure. So Ultraman is a to Americans probably pretty obscure, but in this part of the world, Ultraman was pretty common, iconic growing up. I remember growing up and Ultraman was on TV, but strangely enough, it wasn't dubbed in English. It was actually dubbed in Chinese. So it was on Channel 8 quite often. I think at least once weekly. So yeah, basically it's this Japanese dude who has the ability to turn himself into Ultraman. So this display is very dope because Ultraman is this really huge superhero who battles aliens. So I would say Ultraman is kind of the predecessor to the recent movie, the one with the robots and aliens. So anyways, what's very impressive about this display is that he managed to find the props. I believe he's from Army. So the buildings with the billboards and the works and the vehicles and and just everything about the display is very dope. The battle display, the posing of Ultraman, the falling of the alien monster. Just this entire display is very, very impressive. I love this picture very much. Yeah, just the colors, even the colors of the backdrop really pops. So yeah, that's why I decided to feature three pictures from Jeremy, and this is the first in this series. So next up in the this series about artist features, this is also another picture by Jeremy Lee. So what you're seeing here is something that Jeremy, who is this really creative dude, came up with. So here what he's done is that he's stacked up this glass panel on top of probably some books or whatever. He's propped up the glass panel. He's placed a bluish purple backdrop in the background, and then he basically poses the Avengers figures on top of the glass panel. So you see a combination of new and old. No, actually, most of them are pretty new figures, except for probably the TRU 2-pack Hulk, but the others are relatively new. So correct me if I'm wrong. That's the Bleeding Age Iron Man, which is relatively new. There's the modern Hawkeye. There's the Marvel Now Cap. There's the Thor figure, and then I believe the Black Widow is a kind of a hybrid. So it's I think it's not the movie Black Widow body, but it's the two-pack Black Widow with the Scarlett Johansson head. So, Jeremy developed this technique where he uses the glass panel to create an illusion of figures flying, kind of like cover art. So, if you actually see carefully, if you really scrutinize the figure, you kind of can see the reflection of the figures of the glass. But still, this technique by Jeremy is very groundbreaking. Groundbreaking. Sorry, pardon my pronunciation. So it's never been done before. He's the first, and I believe that currently the only guy who does this technique. So that's why I chose to feature this second picture, second display in this segment. So very dope. I really love this picture very much. It's very memorable. In fact, this is version 2. This is part of the theme for this month, which was the redo theme. So this is version 2 that Jeremy redid. He actually did an earlier version, which was slightly different. This one really pops because it kind of has this 3D effect where, if you look at Thor, you look at Iron Man, they're kind of like all at different angles, which makes this display very, very impressive. So yeah, enough about this display. So the next display by Jeremy that I'm going to talk about is actually a series of 3 pictures. So again, this is another Japanese character. Probably most of you guys are not familiar. So similarly to Ultraman, Doraemon is another cartoon series that was very popular in Asia when I was a kid. So this was also another cartoon that was actually dubbed in Mandarin and shown on Channel 8 over in Singapore. So anyways, carrying on with this series of pictures. So basically this is a very articulated and very dynamic figure. I believe it's from SH Figuarts. So anyways, this figure comes with a lot of props that are secured onto the figure by magnets. So you can change the facial expression, you can change the accessories and so on and so forth. So these accessories are actually demonstrated by Jeremy in this series of pictures. So the backdrop is very impressive. It's a mixture of props from, I believe, Simpsons and Hasbro, Toy Biz, and some other series. But if you actually notice, the walls are actually made by Jeremy, and the scene outside the window that you will see later was also made by Jeremy. And I believe the wooden flooring is from some box packaging. So that's about, generally about the dio and the backdrops. So anyways, what I really love about this series of pictures was he managed to envision this apocalyptic ending to Earth. So Doraemon is this robot from the future. So he basically can pull out lots of gadgets from his pocket. So I knew about this figure. I've seen this figure, so I knew that this figure came with the doll prop. So I requested Jeremy to include the doll prop in one of the pictures. So he kindly did that for me. So he managed to incorporate that request into his display, which was very impressive. So he envisioned Doraemon making a run for it. So that's where the doll prop comes about. So the first scene, he's having fun, playing with his helicopter, gadgets, and then he looks out the window and he sees the monster alien tearing up Japan, and then that's where he pulls out the emergency exit door from his pocket and makes a run for it. And you can even see the amount of details in the prop, so in the accessories and the facial expressions and whatnot. If you actually see the last picture, you can actually see tears coming out from his eyes. So this is a really dope figure. If you are into Doraemon, is a worthy figure to get. So that's the thing about Japanese imports. The figures are very well made. Comes with a ton of accessories. I mean, definitely it's pricier, but compared with what we pay for Legends nowadays, especially in Singapore, Legends go for like 33 US. This Doraemon figure goes for about 40-ish, 50. So it's definitely a much better investment in that sense. So yeah, this was basically my feature of the artist Jeremy. So definitely check out his pictures on the A.C.B.A. Facebook group. He has a YouTube channel, but at the moment he has no time to do videos. But in the future, if he does, I'll definitely update you guys. So in case you guys aren't aware, Jeremy is a father. So between work, taking care of his kids, his family, and of course A.C.B.A., he doesn't have time for YouTube. So I thought I'll just feature Jeremy as an artist. Uh, Definitely very nice guy. If you have the opportunity, hit him up, talk to him. Very nice dude. So that's it for my artist feature. Major Awesome signing off for the moment. Continue watching M.A.T.O.
So I received a package today. So it's from Billy Mahoney. So I had a bunch of stuff sent to him to be fixed and to be customized. So what he's done is, here I have the Nemesis figure. So this figure is notoriously famous for having a very fragile helmet. So what he did was he repaired it for me, and now it's as good as new. So to be honest, I don't know much about this character, but this Beth is just the good old baths that we used to get. I mean, of course, it's not as massive as the Apocalypse or the Galactus or the Sentinel baths, but this is what we used to consider the medium-sized baths, which is pretty dope and quite rare. And then he repainted the big time Spidey for me. Looks so much better than the original paint job. So what he did was he also modded the Johnny Storm for me. I wanted a Johnny Storm in the regular suit, not always in flames. So I had him swap with the Mr. Fantastic head. And then here I have Faith. So a funny story about this Faith figure. This is actually the second time he's come back from Billy. Also another very notoriously fragile figure in terms of the legs. So what Billy did was he fixed, I believe was the left leg previously, and then he sent it back to me, and then the right leg snapped. So now he's fixed both legs. And then here I have Jigsaw, which I got from Mindless. So I wanted him modded so that I can put his head on other figures. And then here is a modded Harvey Dent from the movie series. So another interchangeable head and body. I have a Hit Monkey Bath complete. This is actually the extra figure that I got from one of the guys from the US. So you know, if you guys want to buy Hit Monkey without the weapons, hit me up, we can do a trade. And then I have Doctor Strange, the Toy Biz one. And then I have two mysterious figures. I'm not going to review them yet. These are two customs made by Billy, and I'll be featuring them in some displays pretty soon. So stay tuned for that.
That's crispy.